No more
Everything makes sense.
trifling hoes.
No.
Now, do you have a nice little roster of women that you enjoy, that they're not looking for a relationship, but you can hook up with them?
No,
when you
everybody
want
wants a relationship.
to?
Everybody
You know what?
wants
That's
a...
your age. So I have another friend, my co-host, and he's a little bit older than you, but that's your age because you're meeting women your age now. You're no longer dating like 18-year-old trouble girls, right?
No.
So and when you meet a girl that's 35 years old that hasn't had a kid yet, she either doesn't want them or her clock is ticking.
Or her clock is ticking.
She's like, "Do you love me?
Yeah,
Should we get
today.
serious? I want to have kids." And you're
Today.
like, oh my God, already? We don't know each other. So yeah, that's a tough one. This is Lisa Ann, and you're watching This Is 50.
Ow! Every time I go to your page, you always doing something bigger than you were doing the last time.
I was on Billions.
That's kind of crazy.
I know, because it's my
That's
favorite
kinda crazy.
show. And I'm such a super fan that when they talked to me about it, I said, just don't tell me what role I play. Because I don't want to know how it unfolds. I want it to be a mystery. So I just did my part and didn't know how it worked into the story at all. And then I was still in suspense when my episode was airing, and it was so exciting. I'm on Team Max for sure.
How do you feel about that? Like, where are you mentally? Yeah, I mean, because you crossing so many boundaries, and you know how people put these stereotypes of if you do this, you can't do that, and if you do this, you can't do that. Nothing. No, there's no walls. There are no ceilings anymore on anything.
You know, I think our president has proved that you can do anything.
There you go. Boom.
Okay.
Boom. Boom. If you don't know after that.
And I'm not saying that in a positive way. I'm just saying, like, we're literally living in the wild, wild west, and why should you be afraid to try something? But it's about how you go about it.
But let me ask you this. What if we always were living in the Wild Wild West, but we just wasn't paying attention that we was in the Wild Wild West? Because we were in jail mentally.
I agree with you. I think we're finally, like, it's being thrown out to us and explained to us. We see it, and it's become so much verbal vomit that we don't even want to listen to it anymore. So now we're kind of liking how it was 10 years ago when we didn't really know what was going on. They were telling us, we believed it, everything seemed fine. Now it feels like more chaos because every day they're pushing this at us, and you're right. It's probably been like this the whole time. You know, I spent a month in Italy last summer.
Okay.
And I loved it.
A whole month.
A whole month. And I'd love to live there one day. I'd love to get a place there and be able to go back and forth and then maybe retire there. But what's different there is, you know, people will say, you know, the government's kind of corrupt and like if you get pulled over, you just got to make sure you have cash, you can get out of your ticket. And I'm like, I don't really think that's corrupt. I'm fine with that because I'll always have cash and I'll just get out of my ticket. Like in that sense, are we living in a less corrupt place? I don't really think so. And I think that the fear that they live under puts them in, and it kind of keeps people in check. And we live in a crazy fear that we're supposed to be safer. We're not safer here. You know, this was my first trip to Europe where normally when you say, oh, I'm from America, I'm from Los Angeles or whatever, people get like, oh my God.
Right.
Now they look at you and they're like, have you been a part of a shooting?
Wow.
Have you seen a shooting? Has anyone you know died in a shooting? And it broke my heart because I'm like, for the first time, it's almost embarrassing to be an American because other countries that operate differently just don't allow this shit. Like, look, we're at the point where we're desensitized by shootings. We are. You know, if you don't look at your phone for 6 hours, I was on the golf course last week. I knew the second I looked at my phone, 5-1 odds. I'm like, was there a shooting today? Yes, there was in Virginia. This is just our normal now, and other countries don't have that. So you're right. We're living in the same wild, wild west we were.
It's
It
the
was
same
just
thing.
undercover before.
Yeah, yeah. And if we would have known that we could have been doing this stuff, you know, a long time ago, it ain't no telling who would probably be president right now.
True.
You know, it's so many different rules, and it's so many. I think when you're just talking about when you get a ticket over in Italy, if you got cash, you can instantly get out of it.
Done.
I think that's what hurts us over here because we don't want to go through the process. What do they call it? The due process.
Yeah.
And because we don't have time for it in our minds because
Right.
we don't want to be inside that mental bondage of, oh, Lord, I got to go to court. And
Right.
This.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's what messes us up.
So you'll just pay it anyway. Wouldn't you rather just pay it right there and
Right
have it not
now.
go on your driving
Get out of it.
insurance?
Yes.
Have it not raise your shit up like that? I mean, there was a time where we were cool. We were really cool when Obama was our president.
I think so too.
We were really cool. We were really chill. Shit may have been happening and going wrong, but it wasn't thrown at our face. Like, this has made me not want to watch the news. How about you?
Most definitely.
Because it's just too much.
It's way
Who do
too
I
much.
believe? You know what I mean? Like, TMZ seems more legit at this point than like CNN or
Super.
Fox. Like, I'm like, I don't have the time to sift through your bullshit. You all seem like you have an agenda, and I think I feel like our country is spending so much time and money investigating Trump and trying to prove all of these things, that where's that money coming from? It's coming from our resources to still work to get clean water in Flint. It's coming from our resources to take care of children in orphanages. And now we're going to go back and talk about abortion? Like, oh my God, really? We're going to go back in time and talk about shit we already handled.
Exactly.
Who's got time for that?
Who's got time for it? So what do you want next? What does your future look like for you? What are you envisioning right now?
You know, I'm really happy with everything that I'm doing, but I absolutely love working for Sirius. I really do. I love talking sports. I love the fact that I tell my friends, I'm sorry, I have to watch all the games, which means on Sunday I'm on my couch all day, have a notebook out, I write some notes that when I do my show that night, I know I have some really good things I want to talk about. I love when the broadcasters give history of different matchups, and I try and write that down. Oh, did you hear this today? And I love that I get that excuse to be still, and then I get to share that and talk about it, and it's still my way to entertain. It's still my way to have my voice out there. So I think, you know, if I had to choose one thing in my life, I still love shooting scenes, there's no doubt, and I still love being on the road on occasion. But on my full-time life, the next 6 months from July to January, I'll stay home. I will just work sports radio. That part of my life is really growing, and I'm finishing my second book, which is really great. But I just look at everything I got going, and like, if something ends, it's okay. I got something else over here, and
That's
I just
right.
keep it moving, and it's fun.
That's right.
And keep it fresh. But when it comes to the people experience, I can honestly say that I've had the best people experience with everybody I've worked with at Sirius, especially in fantasy sports. I mean, these are just kind people, never judged me, gave me all the access to their sites so that I could look at all of their, you know, information, their stats, their ADPs. Everyone right away started sending me the magazines that their companies print, and in what other business that people just automatically try and make you better. That's what they've done for me, and so that's pretty like...
They've helped you grow.
Yeah, and so like I just feel this bond where even visiting back and being on the road, and even visiting back and being in the business, the saddest thing in the adult business is there's no long-term relationships. There's no real loyalty. Everybody's really out for themselves, and they don't realize that we're all better if we do things together and we help each other out. We give information. You know, I have a couple girlfriends that we'll get together. We'll all talk about the different apps we're using, what different filters, how we're editing shit, and we're you know, it's a small group, and we help each other. But in fantasy sports, everyone helps each other. I go to the trade shows and people walk up to me, oh, I listened to your show. Here's this book I just wrote. You might want to talk about it. There's this, and that is just spectacular.
So we got Sirius, we got Billions going on. You acting and you're doing scenes. What's the name? You still have the same site, right? Of course. The
Still
brand is the brand.
TheLisaAnn.com. Yep, same site. Shooting about 2 days a month right now. I think that's enough.
Yeah.
I shoot for my OnlyFans a lot more. Going to London next week to speak at the Oxford Union. Gonna see Tony when I'm over there.
Get
I know
out of
he's here now, but he'll be back in London on Saturday. He's flying back Saturday. But Dr. Ruth will be there with me, speaking of the new laws in England that have taken place that are restricting porn viewing to 18 and up.
Get out of
How
here.
do you feel about that?
I don't like it. I think that the kids
You think
should have
16 is better, or do you think 10 is better? Because
I think 10 is better. I'm gonna tell you why I think 10 is
I
better.
can't wait to hear, because I want to hear from a man's perspective.
When I started jerking off in the 5th grade.
5th grade, so you were 10.
Yeah, I was 10.
Oh, you found your penis
Yeah,
early.
I found it. And before that, I didn't know what I wanted to do to girls. But you know what I'm saying? It did help me. Like, they were some of the best years of my life. I love those hormones. And I think the kids should be able to go through that same thing. And I think 18 is a little bit too...
16 would be a better compromise. See, the parents can bring the porn in for the kids and teach them about it, and then they could watch it. They could have it on DVD, or their parents could log them in. I know that seems really awkward, but you're 37, and what you were watching when you were 10 isn't as aggressive as what kids are seeing now. And what I think is...
Aggressive?
You know, like the choking, the smacking, the really, really, really rough stuff. That's what I think is tough for the 10, 11, and 12-year-olds, because then they think, oh, this is what girls do. So when I meet a girl, I'm going to smack her across the face. And then the girl's like, whoa, what just happened?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it was more making
was
love.
mild.
Yeah, it was.
It was
a
beautiful.
little bit more cooler.
You were all about Shawn Michaels.
Yes, I love
And
Shawn
Wait,
Michaels.
did he know how to undress a woman or what?
Man, he was one of the baby, peeled it like a banana.
He pulled the clothes down and kind of peek around the camera and look at her ass
Mm-hmm.
and touch your ass. And it was a 3-4 minute undressing.
Mm-hmm.
It was erotic. Just working with him was erotic because he took your clothes off for you. And
Mm-hmm.
as a woman, I thought that was so hot.
Hold on, so you're saying that's not in the script that he did? That's his style.
That's his style.
I know you got some more famous shit to do.
No. I don't got more famous thing to do. Just kind of hanging out with you. I'm dancing this weekend in Long Island. I know it's far. I love Gossip. It's one of my favorite spots. So
That's what it's called, Gossip.
Gossip.
I like that.
It's a cute name,
I'm
right?
booked in Long Island this weekend myself. Yeah,
Where?
it's a weed event on Saturday.
I
yeah.
might be able to visit you because I don't work till like midnight. You know what I mean? These
This is on
folks-
Saturday?
I work Friday and Saturday night.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we gonna definitely have to, support each other.
So is weed legal? Yeah, here. It's decriminalized, right?
It's actually a private party now that I think about it. Yeah, but they don't know where it's at.
Because it's such a strange thing that, we're legalizing gambling in some states.
True.
We're legalizing marijuana in some states, but not others. Like California jumped on the bandwagon legalizing marijuana, but they're having a real struggle with gambling. And I need to be able to gamble because I don't really want to gamble with a lot of money. I'm not that person. But it's something that's a new conversation for us in fantasy sports.
That's
And
what my
it's-
friend was telling me.
And it's also something that I've been doing my homework, and there's very few female voices in sports betting. So now I'm studying about 2 hours a day, learning all the lingo, listening to all the other good hosts so I can understand the terms. But until I can actually play, I feel like I have a handicap. I feel like I just need to see what it feels like so I can really express that emotion. So I'm hoping they legalize it. But legalizing marijuana was so great because you can now walk into a really nice store and feel like a really good person just making a purchase. You know what I mean? You know this dude that's showing up at your place, you're wondering if he parked out front, the cops are following him.
yeah,
Or you
I
go to
hate
his place, you're worried about somebody following you. Like, those days are over and it feels good.
It feels great.
It does. Everything's labeled so pretty. They have the exact, like you want to buy edibles, it's broken down 5, 10, 15. I'm like, well, this is great. It's no longer just like, let's just take it and see if it affects us. And
You a smoker or you an
I've
edible
been a
girl?
weed smoker my whole life.
Really?
Always.
Get out
I
of here.
travel everywhere with my packs, those little chargeable, they're almost like with a little cartridge. Great, it has an app. You can adjust the temperature on your app. I do like edibles as well. But that's always been my thing. I'm a much better pot smoker than drinker.
I never knew that.
Yeah, because I keep it on the low. You know what I mean? I don't think like every tweet needs to be about me smoking weed. You know what I mean?
I didn't
A lot
see
of
one though. I ain't seen
Once in a
one.
while, I throw.
People
one.
know that?
People know. And people that know because I always have my pen with me. And I'm always
What's your
smoking.
strain of choice?
I like a sativa. At night, I'd like a hybrid. I have a bedtime that I keep in my nightstand so I can pop out my cartridge and have my indica. But then there's some nice hybrids. I have a Skittle one with me right now that I'm really loving. I just love it. I call it an attitude adjustment. It's not that I want to get like blazed because that's like weekend shit with your friends,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, most
just
definitely.
getting blazed where you're like, okay, I need to sit here right now. I'm sweating. It feels great, but like let this pass. But like I just need the attitude adjustment so you can walk these streets without like the person that slams right into you. You're not really mad at them when you're high. You're like, that sucked. You know what I mean? And you just keep walking. You're so much more cool.
Yeah.
The only time I don't smoke is right before a radio show because I got to give a lot of stats and I can't be lax.
Yes. Hey, I was performing at this weed event, with this weed comedy show. It was a weed comedy show.
Oh my God, they do those in Toronto.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
So this
bars
is the
have
thing.
No liquor, and people are allowed to bring in their own weed, and then it looks like a movie theater in the back because it just has a ton of candies
Yeah.
and sweets.
Okay.
You can rent bongs. You can rent. They're fun. 'Cause everyone's
None of,
chill.
none of the comics we could get through our jokes though. Everybody was so high. Our sets were cut short because we couldn't do it. And they said it was a humidifier in the room, but I think it was the humidifier was blowing the weed smoke in.
Dude, when it's in an enclosed area like that and you go to the airport, you're so paranoid about your bags. I can remember leaving the place in Toronto and going to the airport and the drug dog rolls up and I'm like, I didn't have anything on me, but I knew all my shit smelled like so much weed. You gotta pack boxes of fabric softener sheets and leave them in your luggage so that it absorbs the smell in your luggage and then you won't get in trouble.
The dogs know about it.
They
I mean,
know.
the dogs they
Dogs
recognize. Wow.
But those are fun events because people are really chill, right?
They were super chill. Everybody was
everyone
so
just sits back.
cool.
Nobody gives you bad energy, like
No.
your act isn't good.
No.
'Cause you don't even know if they really
I don't even know
comprehend
what
you.
I said. I don't even know what I said. I was just up there riffing, and I was high out of my mind. I'm not a smoker
even
either.
if you didn't smoke. Oh, so you just got contact high.
Yeah, I got contact high, and they had these drinks, and they gave me so many edibles and stuff. They were so
So you
nice.
don't get high.
I just do the edibles.
That's all you like to do.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll smoke if I'm home.
Okay.
Cause I'm the smoker that
Gets a little paranoid.
not paranoid, sleepy
All right,
and
relaxed.
Super relaxed.
You don't need to be going
I
somewhere
can't
else.
make complete sentences.
Okay, so you would not be good trying to navigate your way home or
No,
get in a train.
no, it's over for me.
You'd end up in like another state in the train.
Yes.
You'd be on the Amtrak going to DC. Instead, okay, I got you.
It's
Smart.
unsafe. It'll be
Do you
somewhere.
drink?
I'm a heavy drinker.
You're a good drinker.
I'm a great drinker.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah, I'm the only one think I'm alcoholic.
You think you are?
I'm the only person that thinks I'm alcoholic. Nobody that knows
Do
me thinks
you?
I'm alcoholic.
Do I think he's alcoholic?
Yeah.
Control alcoholic.
Okay, good. Do you drink 7 days a week?
No.
Then you're not an alcoholic. You're fine. You just enjoy it.
I-
It's just
yeah,
a thing.
enjoy it.
And you can handle it, right?
Yeah, very.
My body doesn't handle it well. It's just the sugar.
You get upset?
No, just like my
You get bloated.
stomach.
Oh.
Yeah, and I just don't feel good. I'll have like one drink. That's my limit.
Mm.
But if I have drinks and shots, which of course like 2 or 3 times a year, you end up getting into a situation where you're having fun, you feel lit. Friends like, let's do a shot, then another shot. And the hangover lasts me like 2 days. I don't want to go to the gym. I just want to watch Sex in the City marathons, smoke more weed. Like one thing leads to another.
Gotcha. Now you're out of control.
But you know, we all smoke on set. Because there's something real sexual about smoking weed before a scene.
Yeah, I think that's the dopest thing. I don't like when guys have like ciphers and stuff in this movie. I think that's the gayest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it's if no women are there, why are we doing this? This is kind of weird. Y'all having fun doing this
Why
bullshit?
are we doing this?
Yeah, and it's wet too. It's off of that guy just got it wet.
He
And you
licked
gonna
that
put
thing.
He licked it. Now if a girl do it, you be like, okay, it's kind of like we kissing, so you know.
Yeah, you're
It's
like,
cool.
oh, I got her glossy gloss.
Yeah.
On my J, and it's
Yeah, this is
okay.
erotic.
This is good.
It gets the people going.
So you're doing this right now. You're doing every Friday, and you're doing events on the weekends.
Yeah, I'm
Pretty
doing stand up.
busy.
I'm on the road with Lil Duval or the Best Life tour. Yeah, we're doing this a stand up comedy tour, and
Oh my God, I have to come see you.
Yes,
Like
yes.
either when I'm in my travels, or do you ever get out to LA for the comedy tour?
yeah, actually, I'm doing a movie in LA this month. Yeah, I'll be out there for about like 2 weeks.
I'm gone till June 29th, but after that
Okay.
I'm home. But I will follow. So do you post your ads on your Instagram?
Most definitely.
Perfect. Then I'm gonna start stalking because I like comedy clubs because everyone's looking ahead, and I feel like I can duck in and nobody recognizes me and asks me for photos and stuff because everyone. So that's what if I do go out, I go to a comedy club.
Hey, I'll make sure you have a very comfortable section. Don't even worry
You
about
gonna
it.
make me sit up right on the stage right next to
No,
you and
you
hand
ain't
you
gotta
your
do
water?
that.
would
You
be
know what?
great,
I
though.
would like that.
I
Like,
think
on
that
the
would be
front.
funny.
Yeah,
I would just be
I like
I
it.
would just be
I like
totally
it.
quiet, and you would just kind of look at me with kind of a menacing nod, and I would hand you a drink, water, drink, whatever you want. I think that would be kind of. I'd like to be your sidekick in that situation. At
Most
least
definitely.
once. Just for people to be like, what the fuck was that
I would be
about?
delighted. I'd be delighted.
I'm like, you don't understand. I also do his laundry.
Okay.
Did you not know he flies me back once a week to clean his place?
Can you?
not
Yeah.
know
Would you
this?
do that for me? Would you tell people that for me?
Of course I would.
Yeah, boy, you gonna have these black girls getting it together. Do you hear me?
And then you know what else? No one will be bothering me.
Yes.
Because I'll be extra safe because now I'm like tied in with you. And I'll be like,
True.
you realize whose laundry I do?
True.
Do you realize who I had drinks to? He's gonna fuck
True.
you up.
You better
He's
know
gonna
it.
Fuck you up.
I'm ready to die for you right fucking now.
Thank
Do you hear me?
I appreciate
No
that.
problem.
I appreciate
Hey,
you.
this has been another classic one.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Friday mornings.
Friday morning.
I'm gonna listen now every Friday.
Please,
Setting
please.
it on my app.
Come on now. Yeah, is there anything you want to tell This Is 50 before we get out of here?
Everybody follow me at The Real Lisa Ann. And if you're in the Long Island area or you're not afraid to go from New Jersey, New York, or Pennsylvania to Long Island, I will be at Gossip this weekend, June 7th and 8th. And thank you again for having me.
Pleasure all mine. I love you. Hey, like I always say, just can't say you're real or something you got to be, man. We're over and we're out of here. Don't kiss the moles in the mouth unless you got to. I'll see you next time.